everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Kentauri Dreams. We start out today's episode showing you one of the things I did between last episode and this episode, which is set up a moon base. A base that I plan to, in later editions of this base, be able to actually build rockets and launch them. It's a very, very cool base. I inspired it off Jamestown, and I would like to just show you around the base quickly. So we just unbuckle ourselves. I don't know exactly where I am in the base, because I've got two of these command modules. I'll have to check which one I'm on. I think I'm on, yeah, I don't know which one I'm on. But we can just do this nice little thing of walking along, walking through all of our base. I can just show you everything that we have here. And I've got a little, here we can just have a little, we can go up a bit and we can go EVA. The reason why it's wobbling right now is because currently if I try to go out, well, if I can just open this hatch, press X on my keyboard, open this hatch, and then I enter the mining operations center. And if we go through one more door, which is over here, then out here we've got drills currently online. So we're currently drilling for ore. But anyways, that's not what I want to show you today. So let's get into the mission. So in today's mission, we will be going off, as you saw in the title and thumbnail, to Tylo and Pol. This is my transfer stage. I decided not to show you the entire building and launching of this craft because it was fairly straightforward. Very, very simple launch. And well, here we are just plotting our dual initial circularization maneuver. I have to say, this design was much more capable than I expected it to be. Like, I was really pleased as to how this came out when I actually was playing with it. Here I'm just setting up a good shot with camera tools, testing it out because it's a new mod I've installed into the save file. And, well, just right here, we have an encounter with Jewel. And now we are slowly coming towards our circularization maneuver. And I think in a couple of seconds, you get to see a nice couple of little shots of the craft leaving and decelerating, which is a nice little thing. Just continuing our burn, checking out some stuff, and there we are, we've finished our burn. And a few orbits of Jewel later, we have a Tylo encounter. We just adjusted it so it's not a collision course, and we get a nice enough periapsis. Here making our Tylo circularization maneuver, and pointing node. And there we are, nice little shot of the craft performing the burn. And, well, now we actually get on our way to Tylo. Nice little shot of it going towards Jewel. And, well, we fast forward all the way to Tylo. A nice little Jewel eclipse here, which I think was cool. As we just approach Tylo and get ready for the actual touchdown. Keeping on messing with camera tools, and this was a shot I was practicing for. Look how beautiful it is. And I'll swing around and Tylo, and it just gives you a perfect view of the engine igniting. How wonderful. And now we finalize our Tylo circularization. Just like that. And we just finish up with a little orbital boost to make sure that we don't hit the surface. Just right here. And there was a weird glitch with the plume where it was for some reason not showing up. And we run a bunch of our science experiments from the Science Here and Now menu. How nice. And we get ready to detach our lander, which is a really cool design, actually. I'm very proud of how the lander came out. It's a very small, super lightweight, fusion-powered lander, which I think we might be using when we go into Stellar, which I think might be in an episode quite soon. At the time, the technologies have come much sooner than I was expecting. But here we are, just getting our crew into the lander and getting ready to leave. Of course, providing a nice amount of room using the RCS thrusters between us and our mothership craft, because those who have watched Beardy Penguin's Beyond Kerbal will know most nuclear engines provide deadly neutron radiation, which if you're pointing your engine at your main craft will kill your Kerbals. But here we're just getting ready for our Tylo landing. And a bit of, it was a bit weird because we've got fairly low thrust-to-weight ratio on this stage, courtesy of course, having a nuclear engine. But it was no problem, as very quickly we were able to just land without a hitch. And just doing our final approach here very quickly and nice. And, oh, touchdown! We've attached our ground tether, got a little thumbnail shot. And, you know, we're doing our surface science. And I think at around now, our crew member gets out. I think it's quite cool how he's just playing around here. And, of course, we quick saved before getting onto the ground because, well, it was pretty hard to get up. And we just mess around a bit more on the surface and try and lift off before hitting a bunch of times the ground, and then just I messed around with TUFX because why not? I really like the futuristic Kerbal suit. It just looks so cool. And well, we get into our main spacecraft and prep for ascension. Getting ready just here, and we get ready for ascent in a couple of seconds. And we just wait for our craft to go round the right area. I decided that I wouldn't biome hop, even though I probably should have. And so I just retract my landing stabilizers and continue with my ascent. Very beautiful ascent right here. And the fusion engine really does have a beautiful plume. And we've created our apoapsis, and we are getting ready to circularize, which we are just doing right now. How beautiful. Tylo, whilst it does have its flaws as far as visual flair goes, as in parallax doesn't really add anything that special to it, it still looks good, and I like the contrast of like the dark grey slopes and the white plains. We're just doing some orbital science here with our magnetometer, and we get ready to rendezvous with our space station. Sorry, not our space station, our mothership. Just keep going round and round and round and get ready to circularize around, to get ready for an encounter, which we should just have done nicely over here. The docking process was very finicky, but we were able to do it in the end. And right now we should be finishing up our orbit matching, and we've got an orbit now that is very, very similar to that of our mothership. And there we are, just continuing on with a bit of going round and round this main mothership. And, well, would you look at that? Very soon, we actually end up getting our encounter. Which, there we are, getting close to it now. And, yeah, so whilst this is happening, I may as well talk a bit about our interstellar mission that is coming up. I've got big plans for it, and it's probably going to happen on episode 15. So stick around for that, because I think it's going to be very fun. But I've said that now, and we are reaching the mothership. And, well, we just get ready to target the mothership. And look at that! Bonk! And we have docked to the mothership. We just transfer all of our supplies into it, and we should be getting ready pretty soon to start flying to our next destination, which is, of course, Pole. Wait, I always get those two confused. We just do our in-orbit science experiments. And I tried to use an astrogator transfer window, but I overshot it and just ended up not using it. Which means completely eyeballing a bop encounter with my god, Pole, not bop. Completely eyeballing a Pole encounter was fairly difficult. But we ended up getting one in the end that was quite nice. And there we are. We just finished up our oh my god, Pole periapsis, and we exit Tylo's sphere of influence, and we perform our maneuver to get the Pole periapsis. Just setting out. Oh, nice shot of it flying over there. And just waiting around here. And there we are. We should have just gotten a Pole periapsis. And we kept on doing this until we got a nice little Pole orbit. And, well, we fast forward time until we reached Pole, which was actually unbelievably annoying, because there was this really weird glitch where every, 5 seconds, the game would just freeze. You can't see it because it's sped up here, but oh my god, did it make it so that this entire thing took me, 5 minutes to do, just this. And, well, I don't think I should be talking about that, because we are ready for our Pole circularization maneuver, which has just been completed, and now we're just going to be doing our orbit lowering maneuver. I really love how you get so close to the surface with my mothership, which proved to be a very interesting ascent profile for our lander. As you can see here, I'm just setting out the stabilizers pre-detachment. The lander detaches, and after one orbit of flying around, we just directly decelerate. I really liked this landing just because it was so simple, and I could, if I went full, my thrust to weight ratio was 1:40 on this planet, so it was fairly good, and I could make any maneuver super quickly. And here we are, just kept doing my stuff and restoring all my experiments. A lovely little jump here from our friend Mornar, I think his name was. I can't really see on my preview window. Here we are. We decided to actually do some biome hopping right now, using my nuclear engine, doing our little experiments on the Midlands, and then getting ready to do them on the Lowlands. This yielded a massive amount of science, as you'll see later. Like, the amount of science is just silly. It is just crazy amount of science. But here we are, just settling down, doing our... and now we just jump back up again, get ready for a Lowlands touchdown. Just to get the most amount of science possible. So 3 different biomes. Also, I really like how just using the RCS, I can write my craft, even though the craft is like 5 tons normally. And of course, a bit of EVAing, a bit of surface sampler-armling. And, well, we get ready for Ascension again. Wait for our craft to time warp around, and we just point target and burn. And then we point retrograde to target to get our orbit as close as possible to the target's orbit. And, well, this proved to make it a super fast rendezvous procedure. Like, it only took me like 2 burns, which I completely eyeballed. And we just do the quote-unquote Lown Lazy method of docking, which is, of course, by Matt Lown, making both ships participate in the docking procedure. And quite slow to dock, but we end up doing it, and we end up transferring all the data into our science lab, and get ready for our journey home, which was fairly complicated. From Pole, because of its weird orbit that was quite far out, and also the fact that I got a fairly inefficient, I got like a 60-degree inclined orbit, so it was pretty hard to get a proper good, I don't know what it's called, it's just way of getting out of an orbit, escape maneuver. But after finishing up our escape maneuver, we targeted Kerbin and finished it up, really. And, well, look at that. We finish almost our maneuver. And there we are. This is where we actually finished the main maneuver. And, well, just make sure our encounter's as close as possible. We point towards the maneuver node, fly over Pole again, almost said bop for the millionth time, and I get a nice shot of us leaving Pole. And of course I get ready to do my maneuvers to get a Kerbin encounter. First, I made 2 different maneuvers, and yes, just here finishing it up. Well, we now escape the sphere of influence of Jewel. And after escaping Jewel's sphere of after escaping Jewel's sphere of influence, I never had this weird glitch of the game just stopping and starting and stopping and starting. I never had it, which was very thankful for my sanity. And, well, we're just doing a bit of stuff, doing a bit of research before actually doing our maneuver. Scientist gets out, we do all of our little procedures in orbit, get out, and we transfer our crew from the lander to the main spacecraft. And, well, we get ready for the we get ready to start researching. And now we actually get ready for our maneuver, which is underway right now, it seems. Getting our periapsis good. And then we needed to make a second maneuver because, as of because of course KSP's maneuver system never properly plots out where you're actually going to end up. So now we just get ready for our second maneuver. Get ready, and now we just get back some more science, put some more data in the lab, and we start researching. As I said, we have so much data. As I'm recording the voiceover after having finished the mission, I have let me just check right now if I open KSP. I have around 12,000 science, which and that's from only 3 different science quote-unquote exports. But now we just get a nice little pan around shot, look back at Kerbin, and the engine fires as we just fly towards Kerbin, and I way overshot the maneuver. And we just get ready for circularization. A nice little shot of us decelerating. Very cool. Of course, having overshot, we needed to make the same kind of maneuver I did on Lathe, which is just like overburn until you get a negative periapsis, and then tweak your periapsis so that it actually turns into an orbit, which is what we are just doing now. As our periapsis comes slowly above the ground and then above the atmosphere, I get ready to circularize my orbit for a second time and turn this into another science station. The two of our science stations combined, we should have enough data to unlock all the technologies necessary for Interstellar. But, of course, Interstellar won't be until a couple of episodes down the line. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I definitely am, because I've already built the craft we're going to be using. Let's just say it's pretty cool. But thanks for watching.